Hello again, everybody. My hair's all messed up, too. This is the Bad Hair Day episode of the 25.4 podcast.
I'm just going to wear a hat.
Hastily assembled program presenting inside opinions and forecasts on major issues of the day.
And we are live, and we're all here. We're all back home. Everybody made it back from Build safe and sound. As always, I am joined by my good friends, Brandon, who just put his headphones on. This is the first show you've done with headphones on, I think.
Yeah, probably.
It's your nice picture of your wall.
Yep. Sorry, I'm still getting situated here. I'm all out of sorts from being in San Francisco, so I got to get back in the groove.
Well, and it helped that you waited until 1 minute before showtime to go grab a beer as well.
Yeah.
That was a solid play on your part.
Hey, you got to go with the necessities here. You can't be skimping.
Hey, and also joining me tonight are Tim and Robert. Hi, fellas. Tim's got an interesting fashion choice going on.
It's Dr. Seuss night, apparently.
Yeah,
hey, I like it.
If Dr. Seuss were a pimp.
Pimp!
I don't know what that means.
This is a big night tonight on the 25.4 podcast because we're giving away some money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's see what our viewer... Maybe we'll get up to 5 viewers tonight.
Well, there's one right now. So
Heyo.
they've got a pretty good chance of winning, perhaps. We'll give you the phrase that pays later on in the show. Meanwhile, let's get started.
With the airing of grievances, I got a lot of problems with you people.
And, of course, as you come to expect from us, we have a lot of problems with a lot of different people. And I think I lost the show notes here. I think Robert has a grievance.
I ran into this at Build because I became heavily reliant on my mobile web browser on my Windows phone. And they have completely and utterly rendered Windows, IE on Windows Phone, worthless with this, whatever they did to try to render compatibility better by masking itself as an Android browser, an iOS browser. Whatever they did to the damn browser detection, it's just screwed it all hell up. So I've actually found I can't get most anything done in the web browser on that phone. I have to go to my PC to get anything done now, which kind of sucks.
Is that Windows 10 or 8.1?
No, that's 8.1.
So you don't use the browser?
I think it was the update that they put out. What was it, GDR1? The last Windows Phone update everybody got.
I think what it's doing is we know what it's doing. It's trying to pretend to be Android or iOS to get a better experience. And I think it's other websites that are doing fucky things specifically for specific browsers to try and make it as native feel like as they can. And the result is unusable for us.
Well, I guess what they do is they do user agent string stuff, which you're not supposed to do, I guess. I don't know anything about web, but I guess that's
on the website.
So.
On the website side, they shouldn't be parsing the user agent string to determine the browser, and that's what most places are doing.
Right. I remember when they launched it, they did a big blog post about stop doing that, jackasses, and of course nobody listened.
No, because all the 3 people using Windows Phone are not loud enough.
Well, you guys are right here. You should speak louder.
Dick.
Hey, I have a grievance as well.
Who's listening to music? Before you go, who's listening to music?
My wife has the music on without her headphones.
Wow, it's like classical.
It's like classical. We're trying to pinpoint the music. This is her gospel music from church, believe it or not.
Now I hear it. I didn't hear it.
Nail it.
That's happening on that side of the room.
Can you just please put headphones on?
Should we just invite her in?
We might as well.
Andrew wants to know if you just want to be part of the podcast tonight. You want to just... I can bring the webcam over there and use the webcam on my laptop, and you can... All right, continue on, guys. Enough. Go.
She can't hear us, right?
Correct. She cannot hear
you. Just in case I say something. My grievance is with Wired Magazine. Sometimes I enjoy the content, but I have a subscription now. I've only had it for a few months. But whenever I get an issue in the mail and I open it up, I feel like I need an instruction manual on how to just read the magazine, because I think they try a little too hard with their design and page layouts. Maybe trying to just be a little too cool, you know? Like we didn't already know they were cool. They have to prove that they're even cooler than cool. So that sucks. And then they have an article on the Apple Watch in this month's issue, which I thought might actually be something insightful and informative, but instead it was just like a 4-page ad for the Apple Watch. I meant to bring the issue in. I was going to read some fun quotes from it later, but I forgot. So
well, thanks for dangling that in front of us and then pulling out at the last.
Well, maybe.
Is Andrew edging us over there, or what?
It might be some edging. Maybe when we transition to After Dark, I'll go grab that and I can share some of that stuff with you later.
Mm-hmm.
Tim, do you have a grievance? Because I always like to let Brandon go last because he's the most angriest.
He runs on. Yeah, we're trying to get some work done on the house, which means contractors coming by giving estimates, and there's some that are very good and efficient. So we're looking at getting work done on the outside of the house. Basically, if you can see it, it's getting done. Okay, so a couple good ones come by, take a walk around, and they're here for a good 15 minutes with a couple measurements, and you've got your estimate. Other ones like to make little buddy friends. We had a guy here for 2 hours trying to sell us on every little premium piece of everything he had, and needless to say, the price came in at nearly double 2 other estimates. So just a waste of time. It's a pain in the ass, and it's really deterring to even want to go through it. So there you go.
Yeah, that sucks.
Brandon?
All right, my grievance is pretty simple this week. I'm just upset. I'm a little sad that the Surface 3 launched and they didn't have a trade-up option from the Surface Pro 1. So that's really the only thing I can think of to complain about that won't get me fired.
Is everybody else seeing Brandon's audio and
yes,
totally out of sync?
I just
just me.
No, I think everybody's in general is out of sync.
Yeah, I saw all you guys
also. Robert, yours look good to me.
Does it?
Tim, why don't you say something for a minute?
Yeah, what up?
That does not help.
Tim's perfect. I hear Brandon's voice like 5 seconds before his mouth starts moving.
I see it all too, but I just figured it was the Spectra at work.
Huh. Oh well. No big deal. Nobody watches anyway, so everybody that's listening will be like, "What the hell are they talking about? They do video? What? Huh?" All right. Moving on.
Because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
With our daily affirmations. I have to affirm Brandon and Tim for just no particular reason at all. But if you're not watching the video, if you're just listening afterwards, you miss so much. I really have to say.
Where are you finding those ones? That's fantastic.
This is coming from the LifeCam dashboard for my LifeCam studio.
Ah, nice.
Wow, and that comes through on. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is kind of neat.
You'd think Google might have a way like just blocking that out.
Technology.
Well,
Brandon, would you like to go first with an affirmation?
Let me just scroll down here real quick. Jesus, man. Let's see. What's my affirmation this week? I don't really have much of anything. The one thing I can think of is I'm working on a new GitHub project, which I was going to plug later, but I got Application Insights working on Windows desktop applications.
You
And
mean
so-
WinForms? WinForms
Yes.
from WinForms. Okay.
Yes, WinForms, console
You're such
apps.
a dick.
I know. I am. I really am.
To be fair, WPF is also included in that, so
Okay, I'll give you this.
Don't be knocking the
I'll give you that.
WinForms, man.
So you're
So-
focusing on just the stuff that nobody cares about at all.
well, it's not. You can't say that though because that's what
I just
Enterprise
said it.
cares about. So
I know a lot of people
I
do
mean-
care about it, but it's not
So
very,
my go-
it's not very sexy.
my goal here was to get it in front of my boss, and once she saw it, she pretty much hit the floor.
There's so many things wrong with what you just said.
I'm glad you guys picked up on that. I
Right in
set
front
it
of your
up. I
wife.
was hoping
Right in front of your wife too. That's terrible.
So anyway, I showed it off to my boss at work. She's pretty happy. She's gonna try and figure out. All right, I'm done. See, I should have stuck with nothing. I'm done.
Andrew, thank you
what
so
you get.
much for not kicking us all off the podcast while we were in build because you were depressed because you couldn't go.
Well, I got over it. Yeah.
I felt
What
so
are we gonna
sad.
do?
I bet you. I like to imagine you sitting there all alone at your computer some nights, just kind of staring at it.
Come back to Slack.
Sometimes I have to get a wet paper towel and wipe off the keyboard to wash it off. I just held my head over and let my tears go in the dirt.
That's the one good thing about that touch keyboard on the Surface is you can cry all over it and that's okay.
It just sort of drips right off. It doesn't get down into the crevasses or crevices.
Crevasses.
I don't say crevasse, but I wanted to in this case. It seemed appropriate. I have an affirmation for Wired Magazine. They have another article in this month's issue about the website Silk Road, which I had heard of but wasn't really all that familiar with. Apparently, it's like it's kind of like an Amazon or eBay for buying illegal drugs. Which is not the interesting part. Well, I mean, I guess it makes it kind of interesting because it's sort of from the the dark net or whatever. But I guess it's a two-part series they're doing. The first part this month, a lot of background from both the perspective of the guy that started and built the site. Wow, Kurt Cobain's joining us. And God damn it. And also from the law enforcement side of some of the guys involved with bringing it down. But it's a good read. Check it out. It's available on the website. You don't have to buy a magazine to read it.
Wait, what are we talking about again?
An article.
Kick him out of here. Get rid of him. Just get him out of here.
I would, but then he'd be eligible to win one of those gift cards.
Yeah.
Yes!
No longer an employee.
Yes.
He would probably win.
So that's okay. That was my affirmation. Tim, do you have anything?
I was going to have an affirmation, but now I'm going to go back into a grievance on this fucking laptop. I thought this thing was okay. It's a piece of shit.
Are we speaking of the Spectre that we received?
Whoa, we're speaking of the Spectre. Yeah. Yeah, Core i5, not too bad, right? I'm sitting at 85% CPU, just sitting here in Hangouts. Now, part of
Yeah,
that's
but are you running Chrome?
That's Chrome.
That's Chrome,
Yeah, well, there you
but,
go.
Don't
but
play.
that's not... Look, I would have
Don't
the same
hate the
thing on
player,
IE.
hate the game. Damn
It's
it!
the same damn thing.
It's Chrome. I'm running everything in IE right now, and I don't have. I mean, I've got an i5, and let's see what my CPU is clocked at right now.
Can I just repeat how proud I was of myself for coming up with that? I bet that's better than the Spectre we got during the preview of the Age of Ultron movie.
So now you have to tell the story because Andrew doesn't know.
Oh,
what that
hey, you know
means.
what? Before we get out of the affirmations, I'm gonna do a quick one. And we had like over 800 views on YouTube for last week's episode.
Woo!
I can only
that's
assume
fucked up.
that it's because you three were all together in San Francisco, and people were tuning in hoping to maybe see an MMM threesome. but
Or not.
but anyway, thank you to all those people that watched.
God. You've been sitting on that for a week, haven't you?
Just since this morning.
Oh, wow.
Robert gave up. He's done. Just look at it. He's done. He's not even here anymore.
Okay, you guys can go on now.
So what movie was it? What movie was it that was previewed? I don't even remember.
Bond.
Yes.
Yes.
Bond. It's the new Bond movie called Spectre, and so they did this whole Bond trailer, all the Bond stuff with I don't know, the new Bond guy. I don't know what his name is. Daniel something or
Craig.
other, right?
Daniel
Craig, that guy. There we go. So at the end, it puts Spectre up on the screen and then like spreads it out slowly, and I go, I bet that's better than the Spectre we got.
And you have to put yourself in the place.
Yeah.
When you're
Dead quiet.
Yeah, when you're watching previews for a movie, it goes from loud as shit to dead silent for about 2 seconds. And Brandon hopped in there right at the right time.
That was his moment, his opportunity in a room of how many would you say were in that theater?
Oh my
I thought
god.
they said it held 300. I thought they said.
Okay, so 300 developers.
You know what?
Movie theater.
None of them know who actually said it because it was pitch black.
Well,
Now they do because they're all watching.
It was that guy right there. I'm the one that yelled about damn time after the Star Wars trailer.
Yes.
Can you do that again with the closed eyes and the shaking hand and head? There you go.
Can't take us anywhere.
Our host has signed off again.
He's watching golf in the corner.
No, yeah, there's nothing really on tonight. I've got a hockey game on now, but the Cardinals played earlier, and they won, of course. So let's give away some money, shall we? Like John
Well, this is going to be
podcast.
so embarrassing.
Oh my god.
This is what everybody's tuned in for, and we have 3 viewers right now, so I think they all have a good shot of winning.
Oh, you got a 33% chance, whoever you are.
Get your Twitter devices ready.
Let's see. So, here's what you need to do once I give out the phrase that pays. Tweet at 25.4 podcast. That's the phrase that pays. Caller 10.
So are they allowed to just call back 3 or 4 times and whoever
No,
gets the 4th wins?
One per. So the
Yeah,
first
but you
we
can't
have
get
3
up to
people,
10.
10 callers.
Oh,
My goodness.
no. So we have 5 to give away. The first 5 people that tweet at 25.4 podcast with the phrase that pays, I will send you a $5 code for the Windows Store. The codes
Is it
are
Tingle
good
Lady?
for the U.S. store only. Sorry.
Is the phrase that pays tig old biddies?
No. It's
Damn
not.
it.
But thank you for
That's what I was
playing.
looking for.
No, sorry. The phrase that pays, we're throwing it back to one of the build keynotes again. When both of these topics were mentioned. And the phrase that pays is edging and docking at build. And docking at build.
I'm for it.
Wait a minute.
What?
What the hell? Tim, that doesn't work.
It's not me.
Yes.
That's not me.
Apps are not people. Unlike companies, apps are not people.
What
We have-
the
nobody has won yet.
No, I have to go delete it. Yeah,
That's a good
I said
try.
this is going to be embarrassing, didn't I?
I
For
thought
who?
we had 3 viewers.
We do.
Where the fuck
No,
are
they're
they?
called web
Theoretically.
crawlers.
Do we count as one? Can web crawlers hit the play button though? Well, we don't need to wait for people to tweet at us. We can continue on with the show.
It
Well,
would have been more
let's-
exciting if y'all would have tweeted at us, but okay.
And it could also be somebody who doesn't want to tweet edging and docking at Build. Because, they've got some class and aren't really embarrassed.
I was gonna. Hey, originally I was gonna say you had to tweet it with the WPDev hashtag as well. So.
Wait, what about Win Love or WP what,
WPDev
Romance? what it
Romance.
was? Yeah, there you go.
We're gonna have to
Let's put
save
it
that
this
for
way.
another time.
If you're listening to the podcast right now, get out your Twitter device because nobody's probably won it yet.
No, there's been nothing. Divvy for YNAB doesn't count. That's some.
Come on.
That's like some bot account that's gonna spam you and try to get you to look at pictures of naked chicks.
I can recommend one of those if you would like. Don't click on that at work.
Here, I thought they were just following and favoriting my stuff, but I guess not. Clearly, they have us pegged as lonely geek nerd types.
I also have seen a kind of dramatic uptick in the last couple of days of body and busty bots favoriting tweets for no apparent reason.
Even bear busts, which I mean,
Yeah, that was-
generally I'm all in favor of, but
Time and a place.
that's right. So what else is doing, fellas?
So I wanted to ask Bobby, you're complaining about the browser on the Windows Phone. What exactly are you trying to get done in your browser on the phone?
I know.
Andrew?
You were having trouble downloading the Slack app for Windows Phone.
I think Tim just lost his drink all over his monitor.
Wrong time to take a drink.
You need to send that Spectre to me now so I can give it a good tear bath.
I would say that that is certainly possible.
Which one?
The
Tear bath or the Slack app?
Slack app, yeah. No, trying to get stuff done. Just use it, be able to go to a website and read something without all kinds of havoc. The scrolling not working, it taking forever for the page to actually load. Reading reading mode not working half the time. Yeah, and just generally, just bitchy about it. It's just not working for me.
Time to get an iPhone.
Are you
I think
now?
that's a good choice, Tim.
I'm gonna show up one of these days with one.
Hey, have you guys seen any of the Kindle Fire commercials? The newer ones where they basically are just beating them to crap. They show I just saw one earlier where they show how they tumble drum test it. They put it in a tumbler and just
Oh yeah,
throw it
yeah.
around. It's making me want to buy one just to throw it around and drop it on.
I have
Throw it on the car.
I have not watched a commercial straight through for quite a long time.
Oh yeah, because DVR, right? I know.
Yeah, cause DVR.
So apparently, according to the Twitter webs, Uber is apparently making a $3 billion bid for Nokia Here Maps.
Yeah, exactly.
What the frock? I don't even.
I
What's
didn't
the
know
model in
Uber-
that?
I didn't know Uber had had enough capital, had $3 billion in capital. They're so young, I can't imagine they would have that much money.
Even from funding, that is a lot of dollars. What would they do with that?
Yeah, I don't know why they need a third-party mapping app. Just use the frickin' maps that are out there. Why are they even worried about mapping?
That's probably an entirely different business model that they have planned.
Charge for directions.
You have to pay extra for an accurate and efficient path.
Right. Pay for premium or your Uber driver parks 10 blocks away, fucker.
The recipe box app isn't any of you fuckers, is it?
No.
Is it
God,
Nate?
apparently. No. The recipe
sure?
box? No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah, that's me. I'll fess up.
I thought so.
The recipe box is yours?
I'm gonna report
Yeah.
you for spam.
Oh, we've got.
The blog and report.
Oh, you jackass.
No, alright, I won't.
No,
That would've been
you've
fun,
got a.
We do have a winner, though. We have one winner already.
We do have a
Oh,
winner.
who is it? Call him out.
Rico Scott, who seems like he's playing ball. He wants to know how to filter by build sessions for edging and docking. I think that'd be a good idea. I think it was. I guess it was the day one keynote where that all came up.
Where they were talking about Docker, and then the announcement about Edge, and then us being the perverted sons of bitches that we are, put two and two together in a somewhat perverse way.
Bobby, I have to confess something to you. At the HoloLens session, when they were right at the beginning, when they were doing their little spiel and all that, they kept mentioning the gaze metaphor over and over and over again. I'm not kidding. I looked at you about 15 times. But
Did you really?
All you have to use are your gaze.
I was so enthralled and excited I didn't even notice.
I have gaze. I have gaze.
Hey, you know what, guys? Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt, but
oh, you're good at
we're
that.
past 25 minutes, so I do want to do a little break in the show and let people, tune out that don't want to stick around for the good part. Now that we're all warmed up, so that's gonna do it for this episode of the 25.4 podcast.
Well, that was a whole lot of nothing.
Apologies to Rudy Wynn, developer of the CyberDust app. Download our app from the Windows Store, 25.4 Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at 25.4 Podcast. Check us out on the web at 25pt4.com. And download the podcast in your favorite podcast app. Stick around for 25.4 After Dark. And we'll be back next week, on Wednesday next week. I'd like to mix it up to make it even harder to find us. So, that's it. Seacrest out. Okay, cool.
I figured Wednesday was interfering with golf.
Well, next Thursday I'm going to the Old Man Rush concert, so I can't do it next Thursday.
Oh my God, are you really?
Yeah, this is like going to be their last big tour, and they're my favorite band of all time. So
Of
Yeah,
all
just like
time,
the old guy at work.
you're giving up already, huh? Favorite band of all time.
I gave up a long time ago, Brandon. I hate to tell you.
Well, you didn't even let me plug my blog because I'm going to be doing a post on my desktop application insights.
I don't think we've lost any viewers or listeners yet, so plug away.
Yeah, but you're not going to put it on the audio, so thanks a lot.
I upload the whole audio.
Oh, we're still doing that? I didn't know we were still doing that.
Well, thanks for paying attention.
I don't see the audio.
Somebody
Why do I need to go-
please put a cross in the effects bar in Hangouts so we can give that to Brandon right now.
Why do I need a cross?
Cross.
So you can climb up on
The
it,
bear.
Mary. Oh my God.
What the hell? That was overly harsh.
Hey, for you, Brandon, I'll even make a show notes for this, and we can link
There
to
you
the
go.
blog in the show notes. Will that
Yeah.
make you feel better?
Yeah, I'm probably not going to even have it posted back next week. But I just, I kind of wanted to. We have the section in the notes called plugs. We didn't do any of it.
I don't think that
And that
section
surprises
is what
you?
think it's for.
We do
Well,
our
then.
thing and we do it poorly. Hey Rico, if you're listening, watching right now, I'll send you a DM on Twitter with that code. So thank you for watching and tuning in.
So that means you have to follow him or he can't DM you. So get that done.
I will do that.
No, I mean I was talking to him, not you.
Oh,
God. Jesus. What the
don't,
fuck?
don't tell our listeners what to do, man.
Yeah, Brandon.
You gotta let that out. Don't mute that. I can see what.
Okay, so he can burp in everybody's ear, but I can't just tell him to follow you so you can DM him.
Well, I was just telling you could burp. I told you to unmute yourself so we could hear that burp you just let out.
That was me hacking up a lung.
Oh, well, we don't want to hear that shit.
All right, Andrew, you're kind of making the whole burping thing a little weird. It sounds a little fetishy right there, so you might want to back off that a little bit.
Thank you.
It's Robert's hesitating because he can do something special for you if you have a fetish for burping. As experienced firsthand, he will burp continuously for 45 fucking minutes.
Oh, we've got time.
It's called digestion.
No.
There it is.
No,
That sounds
no.
familiar.
No,
What was that?
that's not digestion.
Yeah, in me it's digestion.
Yeah, there's nothing in that space about this comment. This is purely a normal thing, Brandon.
What was the damn site that developed
Fucking weird.
rewards.msdn.microsoft? That's what it was. I'm trying to figure out if I want to cash in a bunch of Microsoft Store credit from my developed stuff and go get a Surface 3. Think I should do it?
Do it. Do it. Do it.
What
Do
reason?
it, do it.
Well, because I can supposedly can walk into the Microsoft Store and ask them for a trade-in value of anything you want. And so I'm going to take my Pro 1 in, get a trade-in value on it, get credit to the store, cash in a bunch of develop points. I'll have about $300 to the store. Should be able to walk away with a Surface 3, right?
Why do you
Well,
want Surface 3?
that's the mechanics of how you go about getting one, but that's not the answer to the question you were asked. The question you were asked was, what are you going to do with it? What do you
They're
need
being
it
mean
for?
to me. They're being mean to me.
I'm not being mean.
Can I go home now?
I'm just trying to keep you on point.
Well, why do I want it? Well, it's that I don't want a Pro 1 anymore, and a Surface 3 and a Pro 1 will be likely equivalent, and the Surface 3 will be better with a pen and thinner, probably faster. So why not? It's not why, it's why not.
Okay. YOLO that bitch. Go for it. Do your thing.
God. YOLO that bitch.
Blow my developer rewards on.
Yeah.
So are there actual new challenges that we can go do? Or is it still
There
a
are
waste of time?
there are challenges. Yeah, no, there's still challenges like the
There were some
quality challenges
build-related
and everything.
challenges, weren't there?
Yep, there were build related challenges. Looking at them now.
I looked at the site last week, but since I'm not really actively doing anything, I wasn't all that interested.
New app special for build developer challenge, give your app an update for build.
I don't know that I would anyway. Every time I do one of those app challenges and put Hashtastic through that gauntlet, every single fucking time I end up going back and forth with some anonymous person on the other side that doesn't fucking understand they have to have a Twitter account to use the fucking app.
Yeah, I have the same
Yeah,
problem.
it's
I have to go. Yeah, I go back and forth with them.
So I just give up. It's like I just that process is so fucked in how they've got that set up. Maybe it'll be different with a different app later, but
So you know what I
Is
do
it-
is I keep submitting the app over and over and over and over. Eventually, you'll get somebody that just doesn't care, and they'll let it right on through.
Is it rewards.msdn.com?
Microsoft.com. I did the same thing.
Oh, okay. Because this didn't look that.
Yeah, that's still right.
You have reached the end of the internet.
And it's just an index page.
We're sorry, the internet is waiting for more content.
No, yeah, I just it's just a frustrating experience. So I've even just stopped paying attention to develop most of the time right now, which is kind of sad because it's kind of depressing.
Yeah, it used to be awesome, right?
Yeah, it did. I was #1 for a while on develop.
Shut up, you were not.
I was back in.
Well, like first couple hours it was open, or what?
Not that soon after, but it was a month or two after.
I remember seeing, if I'm not mistaken, your profile picture was, I think, you in a golf cart in a blue T-shirt.
I was on a boat, motherfucker.
Was that a boat? Okay, so there was a blue T-shirt and
Can't imagine why you would have thought
sunglasses, and I think you had on a white hat.
Yeah, backwards because that was really cool.
I remember that, and tomorrow I probably won't remember half of what we talked about tonight.
Good thing we're recording it.
Look, I have to agree to new terms and conditions again. I swore I did this last week.
Is that
What's the address?
Oh, I do have a little bit of news to report that you guys don't know. I did not get the Trello job. My wife didn't even know that.
I think on some level we all.
Mom, oh, you are.
Never mind.
No. Yeah, please don't.
There's no way I'm crawling out of this one, so I'm just gonna stop.
Yep. First rule of holes, put down the fucking shovel.
What other pending jobs are you going after, Brandon?
Carl Schweitzer talked to me quite a bit at Build.
He did.
So I don't know what if anything will materialize there, but yep.
Boo, competitor, boo.
Well, get something started in the Twin Cities and we can talk, Timmy.
We do.
I ain't never heard of you up here.
I shared a job posting with you.
Oh,
you just don't want to do
that's
anything
right.
web related.
That had some. Yeah, that's right. That had something to do with angle brackets, and I tuned out.
I thought you were referring to their podcast as competition.
Oh no, he works for a competitor.
Because he does a pod, doesn't he, on the MS Dev podcast?
MS Dev show.
Yeah,
MS Dev show. Yeah.
That's a real podcast, though.
He'd never let me on that podcast. He'd be like, no.
But I have experience.
Hey,
I haven't even put this podcast
the Cheeky
on my
Taurus
resume.
was on a podcast this week.
What podcast isn't the Cheeky Taurus on? He's a podcast whore.
I am not.
He's a whore.
I am not.
You were on there with
Oh.
Mr. Summer Camp.
Oh.
What does that mean, Brandon?
Don't be mean. Yeah, the MS Mobile Show with Vernon and Vernon E.L. Smith and David.
David V. Kimball, and you are Robert what? Sherbet?
D.
D. Sherbet.
Robert
D. Sherbet.
O. Sherbet. Robert O. or Robert R. Sherbet. Orange or rainbow. Those are the best sherbets that there are.
I've never heard that one.
Did you say Robert D?
Yes.
D? Oh, okay. Okay.
Why?
No, I said okay. That's the end of that statement.
D for David.
Yeah, there you go.
Nope.
D for... Is it Daniel? Brandon said Daniel. I was waiting for a response on that.
I said Daniel.
What?
No.
Dane.
Oh, Robert Dane CA. That was your old Twitter name.
Yes, we should have known that.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I remember that Twitter handle.
That goes way
Let's go
back.
tweet that one. Let's find him. He still exists, doesn't he?
Well,
No,
yeah.
it was a Twitter rename, wasn't
He
it?
got hacked. I had
What?
set
What?
aside I created a new account with a different name. I went into the original Robert Dane CA account, which was the user ID for the Cheeky Taurus. I got the Cheeky Taurus there. Then went back to the second account I created and put in Robert Dane CA, and then thought I had locked it down and put it away for safekeeping. And then I found out it had gotten hacked and taken over, and I can't get it back.
Yeah, Robert Dane CA is not you.
No.
Look at this. Got
No.
2,000 followers. Is that
I'm
Russian?
intrigued.
Yeah. Is this all Russian? I don't know.
No idea.
You can't get it back? Can't you, like, get a hold of Twitter and tell them, hey...
I don't have any.
Remember the guy who had the account with just like the letter Q or something, and he got somehow hacked, and he lost his account, and it was worth like 10 grand or something stupid, and they ended up restoring it back.
Yeah, I don't have.
I don't remember the story.
Real proof that I don't have any original emails of creating it or anything like that. So.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah,
That's wild.
It happens.
Well, that's kind of what I don't like about Twitter is you can't have two-factor authentication on more than one account, and that's super annoying because you can only tie your cell phone to one account.
Yeah.
And that's how they do their 2FA. They need to fix that.
Couldn't we ask Rudy how to hack a Twitter account? He seems to know.
I'm sure he would.
Yeah, that's one way.
I love the Windows Central posting where it was kind of like a PSA that there was a problem with SixTech, but hey, everything's okay now. Oh my God, what a bunch of fucking whores.
I just found something interesting that Robert's old Twitter account posted. I'm going to share it privately with you guys first and let you decide what to do with it.
Oh, boy.
God, do I really want to click this?
Yeah, oh yeah, you do. You really do.
Oh no! No,
Oh, okay. I just saw the first frame and I just closed it. Not watching.
no,
Not gonna watch. What? Not gonna watch it.
Wow.
Close.
The vines are only 6 seconds long. What was happening in the rest of the?
Oh,
It's more of the same. What would you expect?
Oh boy.
So is anybody...
Fortunately, I was masterful enough in my.
Your master...
I was kidding. I wondered.
I was masterful.
Your master what? In space?
Masterful enough in my ability to not associate my real name with Robert Dane CA, other than the Robert Dane, which nobody would probably put together as first and middle name, with my last name. So,
Can you just see Bobby in an interview like next week? No, that's not me. I promise.
I think that's pretty obvious. Thank God. No.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? I said, is it? Is it?
Yes. Yeah.
This has been a fun episode. We haven't really talked about shit, but it's been fun.
I think we have. We've just snuck it in. And I'm going to sneak another one in right here. Is anybody actioning anything yet based on from anything from Build yet?
Anybody what?
Actioning. You're actually doing anything?
I started taking the upload to YouTube to Universal Windows Project, and then I stopped because Telerik hasn't released an updated set of controls.
Whoa.
I did it again, didn't I?
How many conversations did we have at Build about this? Say it right.
Telerik hasn't released.
No, so hold on. You did it again.
I bet
Telerik.
They would so totally sponsor the show if Brandon would quit fucking up their name.
Telerik?
God, there you go.
And
Okay.
it's not Rick, it's Rec.
Telerik.
What? It's IK.
Telerik.
Telerik.
There you go.
Ick. Telerik.
Okay, Ick.
No,
I'm
don't
never going to
emphasize
try to
it.
say it myself, though, now, with how big of a hard-ass Tim and Robert are.
You
I
should
mean, I
have
can
seen him
see
at Build.
shutting down Telerik. Yeah, that's fine. But as long as you're close, I think.
You should have seen him. You should have seen him on me at Build. It was redonkulous.
Oh, I bet that was hot. Like the
He says it wrong, and then we say something, so he says it wrong again, just in a completely different version. Like, what? What? What did I do?
Anywho, that company that develops really awesome UI controls for Windows Phone and Windows 10
Syncfusion
has not not Syncfusion has not yet released a control set for Universal Windows projects. So I'm kind of dead in the water because I obviously want to maintain a lot of my XAML and not write it once and then write it again when I get their controls. So I've been in touch with Big Dog Lance McCarthy. He's got me on the short list for the second they're ready to go beta. I'll have them, but that's blocking me right now. It kind of stinks.
What controls are you waiting for?
I use their text box control that has the watermark inside of it, and it also their text box control allows you to have the header that paints it real nice right above it. I'm trying to think of some of the other stuff that I use.
Couldn't you theoretically? Stick with me here.
You're about to be a real smartass, I can tell already.
Continue upgrading it, rewriting the application, and just plugging those in later. Because those aren't really stopping the core.
Yeah, I could. I'm just looking for excuses to be lazy.
So yeah. Ding. Was that I wasn't sarcastic. I opened it up to be sarcastic. I wasn't.
I would think my thinking right now. I haven't started doing any of it, but in taking my existing apps to Windows 10 Universal apps, is that since the sort of the design language of everything is changing so much anyway, I'll just throw everything out the window, design wise and everything else.
Yeah.
When I rewrite speaking of stuff from Build, have you guys heard the stuff running around the rumor mill regarding Visual Studio Code? There is apparently an editor out there on GitHub or something like the Atom editor that people are hypothesizing VS Code is just a pretty interface right on top of that existing editor. Because all the feature set, all the supported languages, everything matches up exactly with what this editor already supported.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know what's underneath it. It's not a secret that they didn't write this thing completely from scratch. That's not anything crazy.
Is this supposed to be a scandal?
Yeah.
When I mentioned VS Code to the couple of Python guys that are really heavy into Python at work, they were like, yeah, but did you know that blah, 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 and they made it sound like it was this big underground discussion.
Now, Hanselman right around Build, it's going to take forever to go back through his tweets. I think it was him who tweeted saying, like, it's built of this, and this, like 4 different existing components plus whatever work they did to create it. So it's not like they didn't write it completely from scratch.
It sounds like the Python guys might have been a little bit threatened.
Yeah, probably.
Well, not only that, but after I had them look at it, because my hope was to get them out of Notepad++ for their Python development. They said that it really doesn't do anything good as far as sense and stuff like that. Now I'm gonna search for stuff from Hanselman.
Python developers.
What do you do with yourself? How do you sleep at night? I'm scrolling and looking for this tweet to see what he said.
No, I'm with you, Andy. When I do Hashtastic, I'm going to rewrite it completely. And start all over. Because you're going to have a new UI paradigm. It's got to scale. Everything about it's going to have to change from a user interface standpoint. What was the tweet engine you tweet? INV, was that?
Oh yeah, Tweet INV, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been using Tweet Sharp in Hashtastic, and I'm going to be I checked it out after you posted about it. I'm going to be switching over to that. So this is just a good opportunity to just do it all from over again, and do it in C Sharp.
The Tweet NV library, if you haven't heard of it or seen it before, it's so simple to use. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's really nice and clean. Supports asynchronous methods. It's much cleaner than Tweet Sharp. Tweet Sharp was good, but it was trying to do way too much. This is a much simpler implementation.
I found the tweet, Tammy.
But I originally wrote it in Visual Basic. Why, I don't know. I had already started doing C Sharp by then, and I got a wild hair. So now this is my
because you're gay.
Probably.
Anytime Bobby says Visual Basic, you got to play the remind us again that you're gay.
Yeah. But, yeah, I'll rewrite it in C Sharp this time.
And my hope is that the controls that come with the SDK are going to be sufficient to do that. I used Telerik controls in all my old Silverlight Windows Phone apps and loved them, but I let my subscription expire because I'm hoping
habit.
Go ahead.
Microsoft has a pretty good habit of taking, like, when something really catches fire, they'll roll it into, the next version of whatever, I think a good example of that is like VS Commands and Visual Studio Productivity Power Tools. They've rolled so much of that in Studio out of the box now.
Yeah, and then like even with Silverlight and Universal WP apps, they had the Windows Phone Control Toolkit, which filled in a lot of the gaps for a free solution versus Telerik or one of those guys. So they do a pretty good job of doing that.
Did you say, Brandon, you found the tweet?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
And what does it say?
It says it's Electron with OmniSharp and Roslyn for C Sharp, but custom JavaScript and TypeScript, IntelliSense, and more. That is in response to some guy called Stefan Stranger, who said VS Code is an Atom Shell app using OmniSharp as the server. So that is to say, yeah, to me that says that VS Code needs to be connected in order to work, which is odd.
Atom Shell is that framework that what's his name worked on, and what they used for the Slack Windows app.
Yeah, he shall remain nameless. That's fine. We can call him what's his name. Really? Nothing? Jeez.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be connected. That's an idiot. So Atom is built. I think Atom is also using OmniSharp, and so is Sublime, and so is Visual Studio Code, and so is apparently there's a UI version of Next, and I thought those were just command line things.
So what is OmniSharp?
I think it's a set of tooling, so it's a framework to build these kinds of things.
Okay.
And Atom is using OmniSharp.
And I'm sure it's all open license, so it's like no big deal, right? I mean, who cares?
Yep, and because Atom had it first, that means now Visual Studio is the bad guy or something stupid.
Well, yeah, because Microsoft. Duh.
Yeah.
Go sit back down in your fucking basement with your bag of Cheetos and stuff your face into a heart attack, you dumb son of a bitch.
I like Cheetos, though.
I told you guys the Cheetos joke, didn't I?
I don't know.
I can't say I've heard it. Nothing's coming to mind.
The guy whose dick was turning orange?
No.
We're in After Dark.
Dark, you guys.
Fire away, we're in After Dark.
Well, so this guy's dick is turning orange, so he goes to his doctor, and the doctor's like, well, that's pretty weird. Tell me a little bit about your routine. What do you do every day? It's like, well, I get up and go to work. I work all day, and when I come home, I'm tired. I'll sit down in the recliner, put on some porn and grab a bag of Cheetos.
That seems like a joke that should be longer.
Yeah,
I think
I was
it was
waiting for more.
Sufficiently long.
There's no more to the joke?
See?
Oh my
See?
To draw you a
Seriously?
picture?
Either that's a bad joke or you really suck at telling it.
That's
No,
really
the
it's
problem
really a
was
good joke.
we already had context of Cheetos in our head, and then
Yeah.
jumped into a joke. So as soon as you said orange, we knew what the punchline was. So
Well,
you
except
ruined that for
Robert,
yourself.
apparently. Robert hasn't connected all the dots.
He's like orange dick. What's okay? What's the funny?
Cheetos, I love
I'm not
Cheetos.
firing on all cylinders tonight.
All right, well, somebody save the show. We can't end on that down note, apparently.
You got nothing. Sorry.
Let's see.
Don't
what,
keep-
what can we? What
Anybody tried to run an iOS app on their Windows phone?
I haven't, but you know what? I've been getting more and more angry at these apps that I see that are only available on the App Store, not even on Android. Now I'm kind of like, I wonder if those places, because they haven't even invested in Android yet, if they'll say, hey, we could just take our Xcode and walk over to Microsoft land, maybe that'll happen.
Like whom?
The ones that come to mind are all the ones that are advertised on like Nickelodeon and Disney Junior for my kids. Giggle all you want, you son of a bitch. The fucking fact remains.
And you're dying. Are you dying to play all those?
No, I'm not. But I think it'll be a real. I think it'll be a real fun moment for us when we see available on your favorite Apple and Microsoft devices.
It's
I think
going to
that will be
happen.
very fun. I think that will be very fun.
It will happen. It will happen. If this works the way Microsoft intends it to and has promised it will, and all you got to do is once you turn this into a universal app is tweak it for the specific stuff.
Let's throw a few more ifs in there.
Here's my thought. Here's my
Well,
thought.
promises.
Hey, hold
Well,
on
I'm not
one second.
stupid. I'm going to have caveat the shit out of that.
Here, my thought is that if Microsoft was going around to companies and saying we will write your app for Windows Phone, and people were saying no, thank you, that this is not going to work any better. I mean, for some people it will. For smaller developers,
So
Probably, yeah,
Microsoft
because
wasn't
of
even
like,
doing
but-
that. They were saying we will pay you to write an app for Windows Phone.
But in a lot of
I was
cases, too,
I
they
was
were.
part of that program.
You
Guys, yeah, but you're forgetting one thing. You're still talking about Windows Phone. You're talking about writing apps for Windows Phone.
This was also Windows
Writing
8.
apps for Windows Phone anymore. They're writing them for Windows period to run everywhere. The
Right.
Xbox, the
Initially,
PC,
though,
the phone.
those bridges are only working for phone. Correct? Isn't that
No,
the
what do you mean
case?
the bridges?
No, it turns it into a universal app. That it should run in both places. That was my understanding.
Lots of places, including Xbox and HoloLens.
I'll have to do some research, but I'm pretty certain that I saw somewhere that those bridges currently only convert to a Windows Phone app.
Android will only go to phone for now. iOS, a recompiled Xcode project, will be fully universal. Those are from Joby's lips himself.
Yeah. So iOS is everywhere. Android is only the phone
For now.
for now.
Wonder why they did that.
Who knows?
Apparently, so does everybody else.
Because you
Jesus.
can't, because they couldn't finish it all in time. I don't know.
I don't know.
But and also the Android one I think is open somewhat for people to sign up for, right? But the iOS one is not yet at all.
That I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah, Brad Sam said it's in like a a preview of some sorts, but obviously nowhere that we can go get it.
I think I was able to follow some of the build stuff better than you guys because I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's completely accurate.
Yeah.
I've just found stuff today about stuff that was announced the day before that I just had no idea about.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, we would
that
like-
whole big design post on the Windows blog.
Yeah, I just
it
saw
was
that
from
yesterday.
the first day of build. I'm like posting it yesterday, like it's brand fucking new.
Jeez.
Yeah, I remember going back to the hotel room, and it was like you go back thinking you were going to get in bed, and then you'd fire up the phone and get on Twitter and fucking catch up for the next hour, trying to figure out what the hell actually happened. So, yeah. All right, guys, closing up shop.
Oh, well, if you say so.
Well, Bobby's over there yawning, and it's like 07:30 at his place.
Yeah, I know it's getting late out there.
I'll be in bed in an hour.
Jesus.
It won't even be dark in an hour.
It'll be mostly dark.
You sound like,
Close enough.
like my kids.
Well,
It's not even dark
I
outside.
get,
You
up,
can't go
I
to
get
sleep.
up at 4:45.
Why?
Yeah.
So do the math.
The
So
dog, the
ridiculous.
dog.
Yeah, I got to deal with the dog, and yeah, it's. So
Hey, I
this
was
is-
up at 4 o'clock your time, and I'm still going strong.
There we go.
Let's do this argument again.
The day we came on Saturday
It was
after
so fun the
coming
first
back,
time.
coming back from build, I went to bed at 6:30 San Fran time and crashed for 10 hours. It honestly took me a good 4 or 5 days to finally feel rested again after that week.
Bobby, did you get any response to the Microsoft band as to why it won't do sleep regeneration if you do the auto sleep detect?
No, and it's funny because I was just gonna bring that up.
That was the dumbest thing they could have
So
said.
I manually engaged sleep last night, and I did that, and you get a word under sleep restoration, and I got the word moderate. So I don't know how fucking hard it is to figure that out from detected sleep, but apparently it's really fucking difficult to come up with a one-word description of how your fucking sleep was last night.
I think they should do it if it auto detects sleep, then next morning when you wake up under sleep restoration it says, I don't know. The shrug emoji shows up. I got nothing.
Yeah. I just like okay, I don't get why this has to be something you can't do when it's auto detected.
I fell asleep earlier today for about an hour, and my band did not detect it. And I also fell asleep.
You didn't
On,
read the fine print. 2 hours or more.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yes, it will only detect 2 hours or more.
Interesting.
All right. Well, I was asleep for, I guess it was under 2 hours then, Monday.
Thanks for that FYI so I can charge mine.
Yeah, it's about that time.
All right. Well, we're keeping Bobby up. Let's shut her down.
All right, gentlemen.
All right.
Until next week. Hey, Wednesday's a better day all the way around. I like that.
All right. Well, maybe we can move it to Wednesday permanently then.
It's better for
I
the
bet we'll
gentlemen.
get 10 viewers on YouTube this week.
10.
Probably.
What are we gonna hashtag this with? Because last time hashtag HoloLens like hit the fucking gold mine.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. Just
Threesome.
Justin Bieber, or just pick something, whatever's trendy.
Microsoft.
I'll
Go
pull
to
up
what-
Twitter and see what's trending, and I'll.
Yep.
Hey,
Hashtag
that's
with
exactly
that.
what I was gonna say. Go see what's trending and then hashtag it with that.
Take each of the top 5.
And WP Dev Romance.
There you go.
And romance, yes, of course. You guys all
Okay,
saw
boys.
the build T-shirt got decoded, right? Everybody saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's Windows 10 because 789. Okay, I'll let you guys go.
On that note,
Good night.
good night, ladies.
Jesus, motherfucker just signed right off.